is the Hazel Park Amateur Radio Club DART weekly Zoom meeting to discuss the ARDC grant update and the completion and the installation and the build of the new repeater, the DART repeater. All right. With that, who was speaking there before?
It was me.
Yes, go
Al,
ahead.
what happened was the drive got migrated into the Dart email account, and the new link didn't get shared out. So I apologize for that, and I'm doing it during this meeting. I'm doing it right now.
Well, thank you, Dave. Thank you
Great,
very
okay.
much. All right. So, for the sake of accurate record keeping, I'd like to just go down the participants list here, and everybody with your own voice say who you are. I am Joe, WB8ADX. John,
I am John, W8TOY.
Dave,
David, W8HOO.
Len,
This is Leonard, AD8FK.
Lester,
Les KF8UU.
Hugh,
U, KE8, BED.
hello, Mark,
Mark, W8MAF.
Al,
L, Kilo 8 Alpha Lima Hotel.
and last but not least, Andrew.
Andrew, AJ0WX.
Okay, excellent. Thanks everybody for tuning in here tonight. We may have maybe one or two more. All right, I was not here last week, but I have up on the screen. All right, all right, so let me just start at the top of the list that I have. And there may be more to talk about, even more than what's on the list, but we'll start there. And of course, Al, because his name Al begins with the letter A, he gets to go first. So, so Andrew and Al, can you get coordinated together so Al can finish up the QSL card there and get the what do we need?
I received the All-Star node number from Andrew, but
You did.
I have reservations about adding it to the QSL card if we're not going to have it activated.
Hold on.
How is it going to get activated without an All-Star Linux system? You're going to move the All-Star computer to the old Quantar?
One more item for Al there, and I'm not sure I understand the particulars, Al. Maybe you can fill us in, or I'll just take it off the list. Not sure, but scan all relevant hard copy documentation of what exactly, if needed, and assist with uploading share drive. Can you fill us in on that?
Well, I'm trying to recall why that would be mentioned. I don't know about scanning anything. I was
Yeah, I don't remember that
more
either.
concerned about, everything that was on the hard drive or on the Google Drive.
Yeah,
All the documentation was there. I guess a lot of it, are you going to want to have copies of it or not? Then everything I
right.
guess is going to have to get reloaded, and perhaps, you know, I don't have any copies of any of the old invoices or purchase orders now. That was all on the drive. So unless somebody recovered that off the drive, we don't have copies of that anymore to have records of. There's a lot of information on that Google Drive. I don't know if you tried to reach out to Vera or find out exactly perhaps what happened. There was a lot of folders in
Yeah,
there
yeah,
that
yeah.
were.
I have it all. I'm about to share it in just like less than 5 minutes. I'm about to share the new link. All of that folder got migrated from Vera's account to the repeater account. I have all of it, and I'm going to share it out in the next 10 minutes.
Oh,
Excellent.
well, very good. So we won't have to rescan all the old documentation in the
Yep. No,
electronic format.
and that was an oversight. It's the when the new folder got made, it got made with restricted permissions as opposed to open permissions like the last one. So I apologize, and I'm working on it right now.
Excellent. Dave, thanks so much for your work on that. That's very, very important. All right, terrific. All right, Andrew, whose first name also starts with the letter A. Determine and communicate what interface and patch cables are needed at the remote receive sites for the
That was a
All-Star
question
Network
I had.
backbone.
That was a question I had for Andrew. So I don't know. That wasn't the
Andrew,
third one.
can you fill us in on that, please?
Yeah, I just need someone to tell me what the specific radios are at each remote site with like a documentation of how they're wired right now.
Got it. Okay.
It's
Got
pretty
it.
straightforward. It's just connecting the PL detect, power, and audio signal, and so it's really just four connections, and then it's just needing to know what connector needs to go on the other end.
Right. So the person who knows that the best, of course, is John Teagarden, AAAUU, and we'll reach out to John and have him fill us in. I'll get with John and we'll get that documented. We do have the remote, I mean the main site, and somewhere I have a similar block diagram of the remote sites. So I'll look it up on my end, but John, AAAUU will be the ultimate provider of that information. Also, you and I, Andrew, will work together on the trustee repeater once the location situation is resolved. Now, and Mark is here, right? Mark, are you there?
Am I,
If
yeah?
not, yeah, you are. Okay, good. Okay, so let's talk offline tomorrow. Um,
I'm here. Sorry.
oh, I thought, oh yeah, okay, good, great, yeah. Let's talk offline tomorrow and give you a little update on that.
Okay.
Thank you. Dave. Oh, okay. So, Dave, I know you're working on the other thing. If you just listen in just for a sec, bring us up to date. We've had a couple conversations about asset tags, and we were in the process of ordering them, and then somehow I lost track to where that process is. Do you have any updates on that?
Yep, sure do. Let me just.
Or you can wait till we don't. You don't have to answer right now if you're in the middle of doing that other thing. Up to you.
They
There
are.
they are.
Oh my gosh, look at those. Aren't those the coolest?
Very nice.
Wow,
I'm not
very
seeing them.
impressive.
Oh, they're in my camera box. Like if you look at my picture, I'm not
Yeah,
sharing
I see
them.
it. Yeah, we see it. Yeah, it looks
Sorry,
cool.
somebody said they couldn't see them.
Yeah, I see it now.
Oh, okay, excellent. Oh boy, you're the
So
best.
could those possibly be affixed close to the equipment serial number or identification plate, perhaps, so we could take a picture of it as well and upload that to the drive along with the QR code. So, we could click on the JPEG image, show the serial number of the device, and then also our, serial inventory code,
Yep,
have that all stored on the drive.
absolutely. So
Well,
Cool.
I
yeah,
intend on having the asset tag linked to the serial number and the MAC address, which are specific identifiers for those pieces of equipment. And that will all be uh, marked and listed in the drive. And then we can also put IP addresses, usernames, passwords, all of those things will also be in there as well. So if ever we were to um, like have a piece of equipment go down or break or get hit by lightning or whatever, we would have all of the information to rebuild that one particular device would all be stored in the drive.
Perfect, perfect. And
but
also, I
can I?
agree with a photograph of the device, and the serial number in that file, that line file, or that, um, uh, however you're going to store it on the drive. So that way we also have, a verification image of the device if something should happen, if some gets stolen or shipped to the wrong place for repair, whatever, we could say, hey, here's a picture. We have proof that it was here, and this is the this is what it looked like. And also, I don't know. I heard you guys mention about insurances, and Joe, I don't know if anybody here or anyone individually or as a club has utilized the ARRL equipment damage protection insurance, and they have a calculated rate by $1,000 of insurance needed or equipment needs to be insured. You can have a policy in effect for that amount, and that does cover. I think it covers, Mother Nature events, right? God events and lightning strikes and tornadoes and stuff. So I don't know if that's something the club might want to look into, assuring this equipment above and beyond any other kind of liability insurances we might have. So we might want to look into.
Right. So let me back up just for a second. So on the tags really should go on the front panel so that when everything's mounted in the rack and you look at it, if there's a convenient somewhere, depending on the piece of equipment, of course, where there's no question, that tag, that piece of equipment belongs to Hazel Park Club, and that by scanning it, it brings up all the other information that you're talking about. But that's an interesting idea. Having a photograph of it, I think, of the hardware, each individual piece is a great idea. So
Yeah,
I
I
want
would
to take
keep that
that. What
of
was
the
the second thing you said?
identification plate on each individual device, and just keep it in the folder attached to that QR code, right? We're going to have a spreadsheet probably. I'm envisioning on the
Right,
hard drive. So
right.
you scan the QR code, it's going to bring you up to an Excel or some facsimile of a spreadsheet, and we can maybe link some photographs, JPEG files on that line item, so you can click on it and see the serial number, the manufacturer date, and all that good stuff, and a picture of the front panel too, with
Yeah,
our code, our tag, wherever we put the tag, take a picture of it on the device,
yeah,
basically, so we can
yeah.
verify that it was on it, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Very good. Okay. And what was the second thing you spoke about?
I thought about getting this a couple years ago. It's theft and fire and insurance on
The
amateur equipment.
insurance. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we're working with Bob on that. Yeah, yeah. We're good there. Good. Excellent. Great idea, Al. Thanks. Yeah.
Got a
Okay.
question. Got a question
Go ahead,
for
Len.
for Andrew. Andrew, can we get the repeater equipment rearranged in the cabinet this month? Maybe we can set a date if you have a date in mind, or are you waiting for something? It takes two of us to do it. I would do it myself, but it takes two hands to handle that stuff in there properly,
For sure. Yeah.
safely. We might be able to get another DART member to assist, but
Probably
Andrew,
gonna need a circulator, right?
hold on, Al. Andrew, are you there?
Yeah, I'm. I think I might be free this Saturday. I'll let you know.
okay.
Can't do it Saturday. No, you have the ARDC meeting Saturday.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, as many people as are interested to be a part of it. I'll send out the information when I get it. Um, I think it's going to be on Zoom. I'm not real sure. I think it is.
What, the meeting you're talking? Here, I have it right here. Am I
Okay.
not sharing? I thought I was sharing. Sorry, hold on. Oh, I had it a minute ago. Hold on. There was that come. Did I put it away? Hmm.
And you know how it goes when you go to put the things back together. There's always something hiccups that, as we
Yeah.
had before, things don't fit together that way we hope and think it might. But
So
nothing worked out.
here's the meeting. This is what you're talking about, right, Len?
Yes.
All right, so Saturday, March 7th, 2026 at roughly 1 p.m. our time, Eastern Time. The Zoom link for the meeting will be shared closer to the event date. Looking forward to seeing you and sharing even more information on March 7th. So this looks pretty cool, and definitely something that our club could get involved with and understand them. Okay, great.
It's not something everybody has to be a part of, but if you want to and want to learn about it, want to know what's going on,
I certainly do.
yeah,
I,
I
I,
do
I
too.
think it's an amazing organization, and
That's when the siren test is on the 7th at 1 o'clock.
oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
well, Lennon, I would like to be part of the ARDC meeting, and I wasn't. So, and Len, and so we'll see. We'll have to split up. People do one thing, people do the other, and then we can report back. Because it's not specific to our club, it's just a general meeting. So, then maybe we could record it and put it on the drive there. Okay.
Pretty confident, the more I learn about this ARDC, that if when they are convinced and persuaded that we are acting responsibly and getting things together like we are, they will more than happy to finance a UHF repeater since we have the facilities and the opportunity to do it. Obviously, we've got to work out locations and so forth, but I think they're looking for places where they can put it. They know that this digital uh, mode is way with the future, and it's um, so I'm anxious to show them that we're doing what is expected of us, and we will be happy to add to it in the foreseeable future here.
So, okay. So now the next thing that we should talk about is a detailed balance sheet on how much money do we have left and what are our planned expenditures to finish things up. So between myself and Len, Al and John and Hugh and who's ever interested, uh, that is something that is on our to-do list to help nail down exactly where we are in the process and where we think we what we have left to do. So that's an important next step as well. Following up with Oakland University, I talked about that. Good thing. The Tel Wave, that should be Tel Wave circulator. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Um, it's quite honestly, I mean, I guess if there's a lesson to be learned when there's something that critical, always get the spec sheet from the manufacturer. That'll be the most up-to-date spec sheet. The distributors, in this case, our distributor who provided that equipment, uh, where our spec sheet originally came from, was not the latest updated sheet, which is how the confusion led to this. Whether or not that can actually be repaired, I'm not going to say it can't be repaired, but it's one of those one-off types of repairs that would probably make a great YouTube video, quite frankly. And I will say I've learned more about circulators and isolators than I ever have had before. But again, it gets down to the topic of duty cycle, which was not listed in the spec sheet, the earlier spec sheets, although it is now, and that's what led to the failure there. So we're working, and Telwave was very responsive, I must say. I was very impressed with the conversations I've had with Telway, and we'll have more as well.
So what was the resolve, Joe? Did they take it back? Is it shipped back?
No,
Is it
there's no,
still at your house? What's
yeah,
going on? Are they going to
there,
try to repair it?
discussions are ongoing. Let me leave it at that. Okay. Um,
Okay. Well, I have a theory as to why it went, why it.
well, we know why, but what are you thinking?
Well, I sent it in the email last week. I
Oh,
explained
yeah, well,
everything, the
that's right.
reasoning. So, did
Yeah.
you read the email or not? I'm not
It,
sure.
it would have went regardless if the UHF was on there or not.
Right.
Yeah.
With that antenna, I think the problem was with the antenna.
Oh, the intent.
No,
Yes,
Well, that's only if it reflected more than
exactly.
30 watts
More than its
spec.
power, right?
but the forward power was really rated at only 60% 60% duty
Yeah, I was going to
cycle.
say,
At 100
regardless of
watts.
yeah,
What?
regardless if the antenna was bad or the UHF was transmitting or whatever, it would have failed. If everything was perfect, it would have
Yes.
failed.
Yes. And it's a good thing it did. It failed when it did, because had we had the whole thing installed and in line, you know,
Right,
so
exactly. It is a good thing it happened
yeah.
currently, but now I'm hearing you guys want to install the new repeater without, I guess, approval, 100% approval, and we're going to use the old antenna with the new
Wait,
repeater,
oh,
and we're
whoa,
going to
whoa,
put
whoa,
another
whoa.
circulator in. Is that
What are
what
you
I'm
talking
hearing?
about? I don't know what are you talking about?
Well, Len just
No.
mentioned we're moving forward with getting the repeater to the current site, and then, if they ask us to take it out, then we're going to, remove it.
All
So
right.
if we're going to
I
take the
don't want to,
repeater there, what
yeah.
antenna are we going to use? The old
Uh,
antenna that's probably leaking with the 30, 40-year-old radome?
hold on. First of all, I don't want to go into hypotheticals. We don't know what's going to happen. Len, correct me if I'm wrong. What needs to happen is once we get a little warmer weather here, is we need to finish building the rack. And after the rack is assembled, then testing it, of course, locally testing it and making sure that everything is working as a system. We've been testing the individual components as they've been coming in, and we had the one failure there. But that's all we know right now is that we want to focus on finishing the construction of the rack, all the equipment in place, getting it tested there on the ground, and before we
Sure, hook up the old antenna, connect the old antenna to the new repeater, and hope there isn't any kind of a major reflection during inclement weather like the last one. You got to remember when that thing went out the last time, we had that very inclement weather of freezing ice, rain, and snow. Now, old antennas, the radome, the plastic fiberglass on the outside that actually protects the element, they actually deteriorate with time and age and wind. It deteriorates at the feed point, at the matching unit, and water ingresses. Now I'd bet dollars to donuts that that's exactly what happened. And thankfully the circulator took the brunt of it.
No,
Now,
the
otherwise,
circulator would
no,
have failed
no,
regardless if the antenna. I don't know how many more times I have to say this. The
right,
circulator was under spec. It would have
right.
failed if it was a perfect antenna and a sunny day and every like SWR of one.
That's correct.
so
Andrew's right. Hey, Al, let's hold on.
Circulator. We're not going to worry about getting another circulator. We're just going to
Yeah.
use the original circulator whenever we put it up there.
Okay. And so let's right now we're going to focus on getting the equipment rack built and tested on the ground. So that's our plan, Al. That's our plan there. Um, okay. We had an interesting conversation at breakfast. Oh, did Andrew leave?
Looks like it.
All right. Anyway, we had an interesting conversation uh, at breakfast regarding um, wait a minute. I'm trying to do two things at once here, which is not my best. Warranty for any communication. Okay. So I'm just going to say, Mark, so you and I will talk tomorrow. I've got a few things I want to share with you. Oh, this is what I
Joe,
don't understand
Joe,
this.
what's a good time to get a hold of you?
10 o'clock? I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, what's good for you? I'm
Yeah, 10 will
tomorrow's.
be fine. 10 will be fine. I just
All
want
right.
to know because I don't want to catch you at a bad time.
Yeah, no, same here. Same here for, yeah. Okay. Uh, what else we got cooking here? What is, we had this interesting conversation about the $888 check, and then I see this here. It says cancel the cash $888 check with Bob if it hasn't been cashed. What is that? Does anybody know? Mark, somehow your name got attached to that. I'm not sure why.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, go ahead, Al.
It was my request, actually, in the email. Mark brought it to our attention. It's well over 90 days. And Bob still has check number 5175 that's been uncashed. It hasn't,
From who?
it hasn't hit the account. So this was my recommendation. Why I wanted to get into the board
Wait,
meeting.
Al, hold on. What is this check to the club or is this check to
This
Antenna
is
Farm?
that tariff check that you're complaining about all along. The
Right.
$888 duplexer charge
So
that
did we
was
write a
corrected.
second? But what
Yes,
is,
Yeah,
it hasn't been,
Joe,
it
after
hasn't,
90 days, a check can usually be canceled. If they want payment, they'll come back and ask for it again.
so we wrote them an additional 888.
dollar check. They didn't cash it. Let's put a stop payment on it and use that money to purchase a new circulator that'll be in spec.
Oh, wow.
Seeing how the old one wasn't. And that was the cause of everything.
Well, I
Well,
would, I suspect that they got the check and they made a deposit up, but the bank lost it or whatever. It's happened to me rarely, but it's happened. So,
Well,
if
Bob
you
said it still
want,
hasn't cleared, and it's been how
Yeah,
many months? Let's get the
after
money
well,
90
back. Let's
days,
utilize it.
after
yeah,
90 days, you can cancel that check and
yeah.
you're legit on that.
that's
Yeah,
true.
they had ample time to draw it. It's into the new year. Their books have closed in December of last year. This is a new year. They can't go back and try to collect it now. It'll probably screw up their books. But
Well,
yeah, cancel it. Let's take that $900 and buy a new circulator that'll handle the old antenna.
all right. Listen. All right. Listen. Okay, next. Right, yeah, the remote receive sites really do need a good going through for sure. But again, like we mentioned earlier, we'll get John AAAUU involved in that, and he'll give us an update. I had a really nice conversation with him at breakfast after we were there until well after everybody left on Saturday. But so it was nice to be able to spend time with him, and we talked about a number of different things. And that's it. That's what I have on my list. I'll open it up. Does anybody have
I'm sorry, Joe. What was the last topic you talked to John about? What?
all kinds of different things? Yeah,
I know I've whatever. I've asked in the past that somebody talk to AAUU about the past dart locations. There were a couple antennas that are still on commercial towers, and it might be worth a plan B option. But
right, right.
that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Um, well, that's what I have for now. So let me just say this. So today is, where are we here? So when would our next meeting be? Our next meeting would be on the 16th, March 16th. We'll use the same link that we're using here. That's March 16th. And we'll have an update, and we may hopefully have uh, uh, more to share, on these items. Okay, on these issues.
If we don't have a firm update on March 16th on a location, any update, whether it's we can stay, we can go, we don't know. I talked to these 5 people. This is what they said. If we don't have an update on the March 16th meeting, I will be stepping down from this team officially. And I'm telling everybody here, I've
Well,
already
what,
stepped down once and I was strong arm back in again. I'm just saying it now that I will walk away from this team if we don't have some form of update on the March 16th meeting.
right, right. Well, you're welcome to join in on the meeting if you want. We'll be glad to include you on that as well. But we are doing, we're in communications. We'll be
But
talking
you're
more
not
about that.
sharing any of that communication, which is what I was upset about the last time when I stepped away from this team.
Okay, right. Okay, we could do a better job for sure, David. You're
More
right. We could do a better job.
transparency, absolutely.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Okay.
There seems to be a lot happening at breakfast on Saturdays, so maybe we should just all have a personal formal meeting at breakfast. There's a lot of backroom negotiations going on. Now we're moving the repeater up there, and we don't even have thorough.
We're not, we're right now, just to make it perfectly clear, the repeater our focus on the repeater is to finish the build in the equipment rack on the ground, get it tested. And then once those two activities are completed, then we can think about moving it up to the rooftop there.
Be nice to have it in, um, by our meeting in our was it 3,000? Our 3,000 net, 3,000 net, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be nice. That's a goal to have it in place by then, so we can
But
use it.
I'm glad you brought that up because it occurred to me. You realize that July 4th is a huge celebration, what, 250 years of the country, and isn't that the same month that we have our
June,
3,000th
June.
in June, right? So
Hey, Len,
that'd be a good activity to combine the two together somehow, kind of play it in. So
June 7th is the 3,000. Um,
oh, is it really?
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
That's close enough. June 7th, July 4th, give or
And,
take.
and Art is heading up the committee for organize a celebration for it, and I think he has some good ideas with that.
hey, Len,
Yeah.
why don't you have Bob bring his tower over to your house, and we'll test the repeater on the tower in your backyard. We'll
Or meet
set
and mount
everything
it.
up. Yeah. Just throw a tower up there. No one will notice it. We'll guide it real quick to the fence.
Yeah.
Throw that antenna up there. We got to verify if it works before we spend thousands of dollars hoisting it somewhere.
Oh, I don't think we have to have that high to try it out.
Len, first of all, on behalf of everybody, we're very appreciative of providing the space to build this and do this and get it done on the ground. All right.
When's the first day of spring?
Yeah, March 21st, baby. March 21st, right? Well, I didn't say the first day of spring.
Okay. The first day of summer is June 21st then.
Right it half in between, right in between. And it'll be a happy day. That's really correct. All right.
Well,
Anybody have any?
contact Bob, Joe, about that check. Let's get that
Yes.
money back. Let's stop the
Thank you.
payment on it. We can
Okay.
use that money. You're going to need that money, I'm sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, for
And that
sure.
way, they screwed us, right? We had the wrong specs or we ordered the wrong part. You know, the ratings
No,
weren't the same. They
this
they're they should have to pay some responsibility for this. And that was my main reasoning for the way we attack this is to, you know, show them where there's discrepancies, right, between their specifications for a product and the manufacturers. Now, which one was right? Now the manufacturer has a new one. So now they're still, responsible to an extent. But if they're not going to, owe up and offer replacement, let's take that money and we'll go somewhere else.
Exactly. Okay. That's it for now. If anybody has anything else, if not, we'll adjourn our meeting for this week and say 73s and thank you everybody for being here. And again, our next meeting will be held on the 16th of March, March 16th.
Can you send an email on that day, please?
Yes. Yes.
I'll never remember now. I'll end up missing it.
Yeah, if
First and the third Monday.
We don't see, so we'll see you Saturday morning or next week. So take care. Thank you. And 73s and have a good evening.
good night.
Bye. Good night.